Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here today. I want to remind you that your past does not define your future. Let's rise above yesterday's mistakes, failures, and disappointments and step into the fullness of what's ahead. Regret can be one of the heaviest burdens we carry. It has a way of clinging to our hearts and minds, whispering about what could have been, should have been, or might have been if we had done things differently. But holding on to regret doesn't change the past. It only keeps us stuck in it. To move forward, we must make the intentional choice to release regret and free ourselves from its grip. And think about how much energy regret consumes. It replays past events like a loop in your mind, dragging you back to moments you'd rather forget. You analyze every detail, every decision, wishing you had said this or done that instead. But no matter how much time you spend in that loop, you can't undo what has already happened. What's done is done. The only thing you can change is how you respond to it now. Will you let regret paralyze you, or will you choose to release it and move forward? Releasing regret doesn't mean ignoring the lessons of the past. It's not about pretending things didn't happen or sweeping mistakes under the rug. Instead, it's about acknowledging what happened, learning from it, and then choosing not to let it define you. Regret often holds hands with shame, making you feel like you're unworthy of a fresh start. But the truth is, no one is perfect, and we all make mistakes. What matters most is not the mistake itself, but how we grow from it. Sometimes regret comes from missed opportunities. You look back and think, if only I had taken that chance, things would be different. But dwelling on those missed chances blinds you to the opportunities right in front of you. Life is full of second chances, but you can't see them if you're stuck looking backward. Maybe that door closed for a reason. Maybe something better is waiting for you, but you'll never know if you keep staring at the past. Other times, regret stems from things we did or said that hurt others or ourselves. In those moments, it's crucial to seek forgiveness where possible and extend forgiveness to yourself. Apologize when you need to. Make amends if you can, and then let it go. You don't have to carry the weight of that guilt forever. Holding on to it only keeps you trapped in a cycle of self-punishment, and that's not what you were created for. You were made to live in freedom, not bondage. Regret can also disguise itself as perfectionism. You look back and think, I should have done better, even when you did the best you could with what you knew at the time. Life doesn't come with a rewind button, and it's unfair to judge your past self with the knowledge and wisdom you have now. Give yourself grace. Remember, you are constantly growing, and the choices you made were based on who you were then, not who you are now. Growth means you're learning, evolving, and becoming stronger, and that's something to celebrate. One of the most powerful ways to release regret is to shift your focus. Instead of replaying the past, start looking ahead. What does your future hold? What new opportunities are waiting for you? The energy spent on regret could be used to build something beautiful in your life. Start setting goals, dreaming big, and believing that your best days are still to come. When you fill your mind with hope and purpose, regret loses its hold on you. It's also important to surround yourself with the right voices. Sometimes regret is amplified by the negative opinions of others. People may remind you of your mistakes or hold your past against you. But remember, their opinions don't define you. Choose to listen to voices that lift you up, encourage you, and remind you of potential. The people who truly care about you will want to see you move forward, not stay stuck in regret. Releasing regret is a daily decision. It's not something you do once and never think about again. Those thoughts may try to creep back in, but when they do, remind yourself of the truth. You are not your past. You are not your mistakes. You are a person with a future filled with potential, purpose, and promise. Let each day be a new opportunity to walk in freedom, leaving the chains of regret behind. Letting go of regret doesn't happen overnight, and that's okay. Be patient with yourself as you navigate this process. Some days will be easier than others, but each step forward, no matter how small, is a step toward freedom. Trust the journey, trust the lessons, and trust that you are being guided towards something greater than anything you've left behind. Forgiving yourself can be one of the most challenging yet liberating things you will ever do. It's easier to extend grace to others because we often view their actions through the lens of understanding and compassion. But when it comes to our own mistakes, failures, or shortcomings, we tend to be our harshest critics. We replay our missteps over and over, allowing guilt and shame to take root. Yet forgiveness is not just for others. It's a gift we must give ourselves if we want to move forward and live in freedom. When you hold on to self-condemnation, it creates a barrier between you and the person you're meant to become. The weight of guilt and shame can be suffocating, making it hard to see the possibilities that lie ahead. You begin to believe the lie that you are defined by your mistakes. But the truth is, your worth is not tied to what you've done wrong. You are not your failures, and your value does not diminish because of a poor choice or a moment of weakness. Self-forgiveness begins with acknowledging your humanity. Everyone has moments they wish they could take back. No one walks through life without stumbling at some point. Recognizing this helps you realize that you're not alone in your struggles. It's not about excusing your actions or pretending they didn't happen. It's about accepting that you are a work in progress. Mistakes are part of the journey, but they don't have to define the destination. It's important to understand that guilt and shame are not the same. Guilt is a response to something you've done, a signal that you've fallen short of your own values. Shame, on the other hand, is the belief that you are inherently flawed or unworthy because of those actions. While guilt can prompt positive change, shame keeps you stuck. Forgiving yourself means addressing the guilt, learning from it, and releasing the shame that serves no purpose other than to hold you back. Forgiveness is not a feeling, it's a decision. Waiting until you feel ready to forgive yourself can keep you trapped indefinitely. Instead, choose to let go of the burden. Tell yourself, I did the best I could with what I knew at the time. I've learned, and now I'm moving forward. This decision may need to be made repeatedly, especially when memories of the past resurface. But each time you choose forgiveness, you weaken shame's grip on your life. The process of forgiving yourself also involves taking responsibility for your actions. This doesn't mean beating yourself up or dwelling on your mistakes. It means acknowledging what happened, understanding the impact, and committing to growth. Apologize to those you may have hurt. If appropriate, and make amends where possible. Taking these steps can bring a sense of closure and pave the way for true healing. At the same time, remember that seeking forgiveness from others doesn't guarantee their response. Their reaction is beyond your control, but your decision to forgive yourself is entirely within your power. Another important aspect of self-forgiveness is reframing the way you view your mistakes. Instead of seeing them as permanent stains on your character, view them as opportunities for growth. Mistakes are teachers, revealing areas where you can improve and inviting you to develop resilience, humility, and wisdom. When you shift your perspective, you begin to see that even the darkest moments can lead to light. Surrounding yourself with positive influences can also make a significant difference. The people you allow into your life should be those who encourage and uplift you, not those who constantly remind you of your shortcomings. When you're trying to forgive yourself, the last thing you need is someone who reinforces your feelings of guilt or shame. Choose relationships that inspire you to move forward and remind you of your potential. Self-forgiveness is not about erasing the past, but about finding peace with it. It's about accepting that what's done is done and choosing not to let it hold you hostage. This doesn't mean you won't have moments where regret or self-doubt creeps in, but it does mean you won't let those moments define you. Each day is a new opportunity to show yourself compassion and embrace the grace that allows you to start fresh. Finally, don't underestimate the power of self-forgiveness to transform not only your life, but also the lives of those around you. When you forgive yourself, you model what it means to live with grace and resilience. You show others that it's possible to move beyond mistakes and step into a brighter future. By extending grace to yourself, you create space for healing, growth, and the ability to live a life of purpose and fulfillment. Rewriting the narrative of your life is one of the most empowering things you can do. Too often, people allow their worst moments to define them, carrying labels or identities shaped by past mistakes, failures, or experiences. These narratives can become so ingrained that they begin to dictate how you see yourself, how you interact with others, and how you approach the future. But the truth is, you have the power to change the story you tell yourself. You are not bound to the version of yourself shaped by your lowest points. You are a masterpiece in progress, capable of transformation and growth. The first step in rewriting your narrative is recognizing the lies you've been telling yourself. These lies often sound like, I'll never be good enough, I always mess things up, or this is just who I am. These thoughts stem from moments of failure, rejection, or pain, but they do not reflect the fullness of who you are. When you let these lies dominate your internal dialogue, they begin to shape your reality. You start to act in ways that confirm those beliefs, creating a cycle that feels impossible to break. But these thoughts are not the truth. They're just one perspective, and perspectives can change. To rewrite your narrative, you must start by identifying the truth about yourself. The truth is that you are not defined by a single moment, decision, or season of your life. You are multifaceted with strengths, talents, and an incredible capacity for growth. Just as a single chapter doesn't tell the whole story of a book, one part of your life doesn't define your entire journey. You have the ability to turn the page and begin a new chapter, one that reflects the person you are becoming rather than the person you were. It's also important to realize that the past doesn't have to predict the future. Just because you've experienced setbacks or made mistakes doesn't mean you are destined to repeat them. Every day is a new opportunity to make different choices, to learn from what you've been through, and to create a better future. When you rewrite your narrative, you stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstance and start seeing yourself as the author of your life. You take control of the pen and decide how the story unfolds from here. Rewriting your narrative often requires letting go of labels and judgments that others have placed on you. People may try to define you by your past actions or by the role you played in their lives, but their perception of you is not the final word. No one has the authority to define your worth or your potential except for you. If someone has labeled you as a failure, unworthy, or incapable, remember that their words are a reflection of their perspective, not your reality. You have the power to shed those labels and replace them with ones that align with the truth of who you are. Another key to rewriting your narrative is focusing on your strengths and victories. It's easy to dwell on what went wrong or where you fell short, but you also have moments of resilience, courage, and triumph. Reflect on the times when you overcame challenges, when you rose above difficulties, or when you made a positive impact. These moments are just as much a part of your story as your struggles, and they serve as reminders of what you're capable of. By shifting your focus to your strengths, you build confidence and lay the foundation for a new narrative. It's also helpful to surround yourself with people who see your potential and believe in your ability to grow. The right people will encourage you to move forward, to dream bigger, and to embrace the possibilities ahead. They won't hold your past against you or keep reminding you of where you fell short. Instead, they'll celebrate your progress and inspire you to keep going. The voices you allow into your life play a significant role in shaping the story you tell yourself, so choose wisely. Rewriting your narrative doesn't mean denying your past or pretending it didn't happen. Instead, it's about reframing it in a way that empowers you. Look at your past not as a series of failures, but as a collection of lessons. Every experience, no matter how painful, has something to teach you. When you view your past through the lens of growth, you begin to see it as a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block. You realize that even the darkest moments can contribute to your strength, resilience, and wisdom. The process of rewriting your narrative takes time and intentionality. It requires you to challenge the old storylines that no longer serve you and replace them with new ones that reflect the truth of who you are and who you want to become. It's not always easy, but it is always worth it. Every small step you take toward rewriting your narrative brings you closer to the life you were meant to live, a life defined not by your worst moments, but by your limitless potential. Choosing faith over fear is a decision that can transform your life. Fear has a way of creeping into your thoughts, whispering doubts and magnifying uncertainties. It tells you that you're not capable, that the road ahead is too difficult, or that failure is inevitable. Fear thrives on hesitation and keeps you from stepping into opportunities and experiences that could change everything for the better. But when you choose faith, you begin to see the world through a different lens. Faith reminds you that even in the face of uncertainty, you are not alone, and you have everything you need to move forward. Fear often roots itself in the unknown. It makes you focus on what might go wrong or what you cannot control. It's human nature to want guarantees, to desire a clear picture of how things will work out before taking a step. But life rarely offers certainty. If you wait for every detail to be perfectly aligned, you might never move forward. Faith, on the other hand, doesn't require you to see the entire path. It asks you to take one step at a time, trusting that the next step will become clear when the time is right. One of the most powerful aspects of faith is its ability to shift your perspective. Fear makes problems appear insurmountable, exaggerating their size and weight. Faith reminds you that challenges are temporary and that you have the strength to overcome them. It changes your focus from what's missing to what's possible, from what you lack to what you can do. This shift in mindset gives you the courage to keep going, even when the road is difficult or unclear. Fear also thrives on past experiences, convincing you that history will repeat itself. Maybe you've failed before, and fear tells you it will happen again. Maybe you've been hurt, and fear warns you to protect yourself at all costs. But faith challenges that narrative. It reminds you that your past doesn't define your future and that each new day brings fresh opportunities for growth and success. Faith sees failure not as an endpoint, but as a stepping stone, a chance to learn and build resilience. Another way fear holds you back is by making you doubt your abilities. It tells you that you're not smart enough, strong enough, or talented enough to achieve your goals. Faith counters those doubts by reminding you of your potential. It reminds you that you were created with unique gifts and strengths, and that you are capable of far more than you realize. When you choose faith, you stop focusing on your limitations and start embracing your possibilities. You begin to believe in yourself and the purpose for which you were created. Fear often brings isolation, making you feel as though you're facing challenges alone. It can make you withdraw, hesitate to ask for help, or resist reaching out to others. But faith reminds you that you are never truly alone. Whether through your spiritual beliefs, your relationships, or your inner strength, faith connects you to something greater than yourself. It reassures you that you are supported and guided even when the way forward feels uncertain. One of the keys to choosing faith over fear is being intentional about what you feed your mind. Fear grows when you dwell on negativity, surround yourself with pessimism, or focus solely on worst-case scenarios. Faith grows when you fill your mind with hope, positivity, and encouragement. This might mean reading uplifting books, listening to inspiring messages, or spending time with people who uplift you. The more you focus on what builds your faith, the less room there is for fear to take root. It's also important to recognize that choosing faith doesn't mean the absence of fear. Fear is a natural response to the unknown, and it's okay to feel it. What matters is not letting it control you. Faith doesn't eliminate fear. It gives you the strength to move forward despite it. It's about taking action even when you're uncertain and trusting that things will work out as they should. Each time you choose faith over fear, you weaken fear's grip and build your confidence to face future challenges. Faith isn't just about believing that things will get better. It's about believing that you have the power to make them better. It's about taking responsibility for your actions, making intentional choices, and stepping into the opportunities that come your way. Faith encourages you to dream big and take risks, knowing that even if you stumble, you'll learn and grow from the experience. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment, but about creating the moment by stepping forward in courage. When fear tells you to give up, faith tells you to hold on. When fear says it's impossible, faith says to try anyway. Choosing faith over fear is a daily decision, one that requires effort and commitment. But with each step you take, you build a life that is not ruled by doubt and hesitation, but by hope, courage, and purpose. Faith empowers you to move beyond limitations, embrace challenges, and step boldly into the life you were meant to live. The people you surround yourself with have a profound impact on your journey, especially when you're striving forward and leave the past behind. They can either lift you up or weigh you down, pushing you toward your potential or pulling you back into old patterns. Surrounding yourself with encouragement is not just a feel-good idea, it's a powerful tool for growth and transformation. The right voices in your life can remind you of your worth, inspire you to dream bigger, and support you as you take steps toward a brighter future. Encouragement begins with people who see the best in you, even when you can't see it in yourself. These individuals have the ability to look past your mistakes and shortcomings and recognize your potential. They don't define you by your failures, but by the possibilities they know are within you. When you're feeling uncertain or stuck, their belief in you can reignite your confidence and help you take the next step. They remind you of what you're capable of and encourage you to keep going, even when the road ahead feels challenging. It's important to seek out relationships that are rooted in positivity and support. Encouraging people don't tear you down or criticize you harshly. They offer constructive feedback when needed, but it's always delivered with kindness and the intention to help you grow. They don't dwell on your past mistakes, but instead focus on your future potential. Being around these kinds of people creates an environment where you feel safe to take risks, try new things, and pursue your goals without fear of judgment or rejection. Sometimes the people closest to us can be the most discouraging, not out of malice, but out of their own fears and insecurities. They may remind you of your past failures or question your ability to change, often unintentionally reinforcing negative beliefs about yourself. While it's important to love and care for these individuals, you must also protect your mental and emotional space. Setting boundaries doesn't mean cutting people out of your life completely. It means choosing how much influence their opinions have on your decisions and self-perception. Encouraging people not only believe in your potential, but also challenge you to stretch beyond your comfort zone. They see where you can grow and gently push you to take on challenges that may initially feel intimidating. They understand that growth often comes through discomfort and are there to support you through the process. These individuals don't let you settle for less than your best because they know you're capable of so much more. Their encouragement inspires you to dream bigger and aim higher, knowing that you have their support every step of the way. The influence of encouragement extends beyond words. Actions speak volumes, and the right people will show their support through their deeds. They'll stand by you during difficult times, celebrate your victories, and offer a listening ear when you need to process your thoughts and emotions. Their presence reminds you that you're not alone, even when the journey feels tough. They don't have to fix your problems or provide all the answers, simply knowing there can be enough to keep you moving forward. Encouragement also fosters accountability. The right people won't just cheer you on, they'll hold you accountable to your goals and values. They'll gently remind you of your commitments and help you stay on track when distractions or doubts arise. This accountability isn't about control or criticism, it's about helping you stay true to yourself and your vision. They want to see you succeed, not because it benefits them, but because they genuinely care about your well-being and growth. The power of encouragement isn't limited to receiving it, it's also about giving it. When you surround yourself with uplifting people, you naturally begin to adopt their mindset and extend that positivity to others. Encouragement becomes a two-way street where you inspire and uplift each other. This mutual support creates a ripple effect, spreading positivity and motivation not only in your life, but also in the lives of those around you. As you pour into others, you'll find that your own confidence and sense of purpose grow as well. Sometimes finding encouraging people may require stepping outside your current circle. This could mean joining a group, seeking a mentor, or building new friendships with those who share similar values and aspirations. It's never too late to surround yourself with people who believe in you and want to see you thrive. Don't be afraid to seek out those connections, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. The relationships you build can be a source of strength and inspiration that carries you through the challenges ahead. Encouragement doesn't mean avoiding hard truths or pretending everything is perfect. The right people will be honest with you when it matters, but their honesty will come from a place of love and a desire to help you grow. They'll tell you what you need to hear, even if it's not what you want to hear, because they genuinely care about your success and well-being. Their encouragement is rooted in truth, not superficial praise, and that's what makes it so powerful. Choosing to surround yourself with encouragement is a deliberate act. It requires discernment, courage, and a willingness to prioritize your growth and well-being. The people you allow into your inner circle will shape your mindset, influence your decisions, and impact your ability to move forward. By surrounding yourself with those who believe in you, challenge you, and support you, create an environment where you can truly thrive. Gratitude is one of the most transformative practices you can embrace, especially when you're working to move beyond your past. It shifts your focus from what went wrong to what is going right. It helps you see not what you've lost, but what you still have. Gratitude is more than just saying thank you or appreciating a single moment. It's a mindset, a way of looking at the world that opens your eyes to the beauty, blessings, and opportunities that surround you, even in the midst of challenges. When you practice gratitude, you create space for positivity and hope. It's easy to get caught up in the regrets of the past or the worries about the future, but gratitude pulls you into the present. It reminds you to pause and take notice of the good things that are already a part of your life. These might be small everyday moments, a kind word from a friend, a beautiful sunset, or a simple meal shared with loved ones. By focusing on these blessings, you begin to realize that even in the hardest times, there is still something to be thankful for. Gratitude also has a way of shifting your perspective on your past. It doesn't mean denying the pain or pretending that difficult experiences didn't happen. Instead, it allows you to see those experiences through a different lens. What lessons did they teach you? How did they shape the person you've become? When you approach your past with gratitude, you begin to find meaning in the struggles and strength in the challenges. You stop seeing yourself as a victim of your circumstances and start recognizing the resilience and growth that have emerged from them. One of the most powerful aspects of gratitude is its ability to rewire your thinking. When you make gratitude a habit, your mind begins to look for the good in every situation. This doesn't mean ignoring problems or avoiding reality, but it does mean choosing to focus on what you can appreciate instead of dwelling on what you lack. Over time, this practice trains your brain to notice the positive more naturally, creating a cycle of optimism and contentment that can transform the way you experience life. Gratitude also strengthens your relationships. When you express appreciation for the people in your life, it deepens your connection with them. It reminds them of their value and encourages them to continue being a positive influence. At the same time, it reminds you of how much love and support you have around you. This mutual exchange of gratitude builds trust, fosters understanding, and creates an environment where everyone feels valued and encouraged. In moments of uncertainty or doubt, gratitude serves as a grounding force. It reminds you of what you already have, anchoring you in a sense of abundance rather than lack. When fear or anxiety threatens to overwhelm you, gratitude pulls you back to the present, helping you see that you have the tools, resources, and strength to navigate whatever challenges come your way. It doesn't take away the difficulties, but it gives you the clarity and perspective to face them with a steady heart. Practicing gratitude doesn't require grand gestures or dramatic changes. It can be as simple as taking a few minutes each day to reflect on what you're thankful for. Maybe you start a journal where you jot down 3 things that brought you joy or peace that day. Perhaps you take a moment before bed to quietly list the blessings in your life. Whatever form it takes, the key is consistency. The more you make gratitude a part of your daily routine, the more its benefits will begin to permeate every aspect of your life. Gratitude is also a powerful antidote to comparison. In a world where it's so easy to look at what others have and feel inadequate, gratitude reminds you to focus on your own journey. It helps you appreciate your unique path and the progress you've made, rather than measuring yourself against someone else's achievements. This shift in focus frees you from the pressure of constantly striving for more and allows you to find contentment in here and now. When you live with gratitude, you become a magnet for more blessings. It's not that life suddenly becomes perfect or that challenges disappear, but your attitude draws positivity into your life. People are drawn to those who radiate thankfulness and joy. Opportunities seem to come more easily because you're open to seeing and seizing them. Gratitude doesn't just change your mindset, it changes the energy you bring into the world. Even in the face of hardship, gratitude can be a source of strength. It reminds you that you've overcome difficulties before and that you're capable of doing so again. It shifts your focus from what's missing to what's still possible. This perspective not only helps you endure tough times, but also empowers you to find solutions and keep moving forward. Gratitude is not about ignoring pain or pretending everything is fine. It's about finding light even in the darkness. By cultivating gratitude, you tap into a wellspring of joy, peace, and resilience that can sustain you through life's ups and downs. It's a choice, a practice, and a gift you give yourself. The more you focus on what you're grateful for, the more you realize just how much you have to be thankful for. In closing, remember that freedom from your past begins with the choices you make today. Let go of what no longer serves you. Embrace the lessons your journey has taught you. And step forward with faith, gratitude, and determination. Surround yourself with voices of encouragement. Rewrite your narrative. And choose to see the beauty and potential in every moment. Your past may have shaped you, but it does not define you. You are stronger, wiser, and ready to walk boldly into the future that awaits you. The best is yet to come.